talking about how to take user input through Ajax in Django, and this user input will be stored inside a list, means the previous user input will not be removed. Like I am showing this. My first name is Bidisha, then last name is Manna, age is 23, then select gender is female, qualification BTech, then submit. So I can see that my output is given here. And after that, if I enter next name and last name, means next information, then also store inside uh, then also store inside a list, means this record will not be removed. For that I can write one, like 20, male, btech, submit. So as you can see that I can store new data and our previous data will not be removed. So how can I achieve that? For this I have to create, first I am not here I am not using any apps. I only create one project name, and inside this project name uh, I have to create one view.py file, because by default this file is not came. So I have to create this view file. And first of all we need to set our settings. Go to settings, and in first line we have to call to OS module. So I write here import OS, and then I have to add base dir. So I have to add templates, so I have to write templates here. And outside of the project I have to create one template folder for my templates, mean HTML files. And here I am adding these template files. And then I have to configure our static file, and uh, we are write this configuration. After setting, now talking about our templates. So here I create one template folder. Within template folder I also create one uh, includes folder and one page folder. Within includes I create one navbar and footer, but here I am not using any navbar and footer, so these files are empty right now. And inside page my main, means here I am using only one template, means template, so that's why I am only work with this customer.html, this template. And first inside the templates we are creating one base.html. In base.html we are adding our jQuery and style.css file with static files. And here we write our navbar, and within this block I can write anything, means I can write anything. This content will be embedded here. And then one footer and bootstrap links, etc. So let's come to, and I also create one static file. Within static file two folders are here, one is CSS and second one is JS. CSS folder is for styling purpose, so I create style.css and keeps and do some styling over here. And JS file is for Ajax, so here our Ajax code is here. And then let's come to this part, URLs. So when the user click on localhost colon 8000, or I can write here this IP address also, when it's get enter, when then our then first of all the control is come to urls.py file. Within this file, um, I have to write one path function. Path is an anonymous function which contains three arguments, means three parameters. First one is our empty string, means it can be any string, but here I take one empty string, and last one also is a empty string, and middle one is our uh, function, means middle one is our resource. So view is a this view is a file, and uh, home is a function based view inside this view file. So I can say that path function which comes up with three arguments. First and last one is string, and middle one is our resource. So views means view.py file, and home view is the file name, and home is function based view inside the views. And for this view dot home, it I have to uh, import this. So here I write from project name import views. Then uh, control will come to this, means localhost colon 8000, because there is no slash over here, so it will come to our empty string. Then it control go to the function based view, means this view file, means right now I control comes to home function. Within home function I create one dictionary, means two dictionary. One is for our gender and one is for our, I write the country as a dictionary, but it takes our backgrounds, means which qualification, actually we should write their qualification. Then right now our get function will be called. For this, here this template will be rendered. So render function also comes with three arguments. First parameter is request, and second parameter is a string, and third parameter is a context, means is a key value pair. This context route right now is empty, so it contains nothing, because it's our right now it is our get method. So this customer.html page will be rendered. So control is right now comes to this customer.html. So now in this HTML page will be rendered. So within this HTML page we are extends the base.html files. So and then block content. So in this all content will be embed right here. So first we are using from, and here it is for post method. So CSRF token is required. Then we make one div class, and within div class first we take our first name as user input. So we write here input username as first, means first name user input will be taken. Then I go for second take, means take second user input, means it's our last name. So I write here our last name is our ID. Then I go for our age. So input type is a number and our ID is age. And then we write here this div class. This div class is for our gender. So select your gender or tag. Then we traverse our gender like this fashion. For key and value in genders.items means we are talking about our these genders. It's a dictionary which contains our male or female like this value. So when I write here for key and value in genders.items means the key item function will give us key and value pair as output. So we are traversing this male female content one by one. So our here I am writing our input type is radio, name, gender, and value key and gender id is like that. So if context dot gender means if our empty dictionary dot gender equal to our key, then selected. Mainly mainly we are this div class is this div tag is mainly talking about this drop down information. No, not drop down, this is for our radio type button. And here our qualification is also given. This div is our for qualification. We are traverse one by one and select one items at a time. And then we are take one id button also. Its name is submit. So when user click on submit button, this time the get function will not be rendered. So this time our post will be there, means post method will be there. uh, so our Ajax, our jQuery is always ready after uh, our this jQuery is ready uh, when we click on localhost colon 8000. But this entire function will not be work because it is work only if the user when the user will click on the submit button. So when the user click on submit button, this Ajax part means this 50% part will be uh, run for this means. And then this click function and event means this function is right now working. And this event dot prevent defaults means it is preventing the from submission, means from reloading. So from the id from this id like our first name id is first name. So the from this id we are using, so extract this from this id and uh, we are storing it within a variable is first name. And then this first name is pass this data within this, and this storing within this variable. So when the user click on submit button one by one using id one by one, these all things are taken and storing inside their respective variables. And then I write here this piece of code for checking our validation. For checking validation here we are using name regex. And this is the code for checking validation, like for first name, then last name, for then age, then country, and then this is the main part. So we have to pass our csrf middleware token every time when we talking about our post method. So this first name is mainly when user click on submit button through Ajax, we are passing these three information to the backend. Means first one is URL, then second one is method, means when it's when only method post will be executed, will be uh, when the method is post only this time this Ajax will be comes on picture. Then our we have to send our data. So from this ID we are taking it to, we are storing it here, means, and storing the within this variable, and this variable is here, and it is passing this first name, and this first name will go to this first name. So we have to always maintain these things. This first name is this first name, and then this first name is this first name, and then this first name is came from this ID, means this ID. So we can say that our Django is getting data from Ajax, and Ajax is getting data from the HTML. So then this is our empty dictionary where we are storing our data one by one. So here this time our post method will be executed. So this line is storing our data. Mainly this line is extract our data from the server and storing inside this context, and then print our context. And right now we I saw you that our previous data will not be removed, but it will uh, store inside one list. So you can see that our data is storing inside, means our data is storing one by one. For this, for storing purpose, I am creating one empty list globally. It's a global variable because I declare it outside of the function. So within this list I am append our data one by one. For this our list name here is demo, so I write here demo dot append, and I cannot write I cannot write more than one function within a list. Means I cannot append, using append function I cannot add more than one context, means more than one uh, variable at a time. For this reason I have to convert, means I have to write append, then I have to create one tuples, and within these tuples I can store the all informations. So here I am creating one tuple for storing multiple variables at one time, and then one by one I am storing our data, first name, last name, and age, then gender, one by one, and then I I am returning the JSON response. So return JSON response success equal to true, and then here I write this in because of our new line. Means I want to, this means one after one line the data will be comes in picture. For new line I write this n, and then I join the demo, means I join the list. So I only here, from here I only returning the demo list, and within demo list I store all the informations. Then I will pass this I have to pass this demo to Ajax, because we are working this with in Ajax. So we write here success function response. This function is for showing our output. So this function take the demo. So for storing our demo, means showing our demo, I write this line. I write this acknowledge, because in uh, customer.html here we create one paragraph tag and our id is knowledge. So I want I I want this, that our output is stored inside this tag. So that's why I write here acknowledge our, this is our id, and dot html response dot message replace these things. I write these things because when we take dot text and response dot message, because of this text is consider this n as a string, so it's so as a string and don't give this line break. For preventing this, we have to write this line, means dot html, then replace this, means this function replace every in response dot message with break, means whenever in code, whenever or wherever we write this n will be considered here for bear tag, and then this bear tag is for break, and we can see that this is our next line in the output.